Hey everybody, Ron from Fallout Hobbies here. As always, my lovely wife Jules.
Hey.
We're working on something fun today. Sorry we didn't do a live stream yesterday. It's been a little hectic, but we're doing one today. It's a much calmer day. We got a ton of orders out, and we can finally sit down and just kind of do some of the funner stuff and not do all the laborious stuff. Um,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so today, my son Oscar has been asking me for a while to finish up a old model that I started years and years and years ago. It's a Leviathan Mortis from Dreamforge Games. Um, I had plans for this like back in the day for like a dark mech army, and then I kind of like lost interest in the idea of doing the dark mech army. And then Dreamforge released the plastic version of this kit, and this is one of the last of the original resin versions. So this thing's kind of like a beast. It's not the plastic version. I had like magnetized the arms over here. I also have like an alternate arm that's kind of like a heavy cannon looking thing that I didn't paint yet. I had started putting lights in it. It wasn't done. Some of the painting that I did on this is not up to my current level of painting. Some of it, in fact, most of it's going to be repainted, honestly. Um, but since I decided not to do that dark mech army that I was going to do, I kind of didn't have like a use for this guy. And my son really liked him, and he asked if I could paint him like up for him, right? So I figured, yeah, sure, and I'm going to use some Fallout Hobbies products. I already used some Fallout Hobbies products on the base here. The Caution Stripe stencil, the radioactive stencil over here, did some weathering on it and whatnot. There's a magnet on the base so that the feet can connect to it without any issue. And there's going to be some lights in it, here. I'm probably going to actually rip all these out and replace them with micro LEDs. Micro LEDs I didn't even have when I started doing it. This model is like 7 years old at this point. So, it kind of needs a little bit of TLC, needs a little touch up and whatnot. But one of the main things I'm going to do in the video today is the carapace armor. I asked my son what theme he wanted. He said he wanted something that looked kind of like dragon scales. I was like, well, I got that. Dragon Scales 2 is one of our most popular stencils. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a bunch of like shades of green. I got all these different shades of green. I even have some Turbo Door green I might use, some Malum Malice maybe. I got to see how the rest of this turns out. I have this light livery green, which is like a yellow green. This is going to be the brightest color. I have a different livery green from Game Color, which looks darker. It's definitely darker than the other one. So this might be like a transition color. And I've got some other Vallejo greens in here. I have Scorpion green, which is a pretty nice color as well. I already sprayed this down with these two colors. Vallejo Hobby Paint Sick Green was the main color, and then I did a light dusting of Goblin Green to get like kind of a quick gradient pattern on here before I apply the stencils. So lots of greens, going to be a lot of overlapping dragon stencil pattern, and that's kind of what I'm doing today is these three pieces with that. So I pulled out 2 stencil packs because I kind of want to expedite this, so I'm probably going to need 2 stencils to cover all the area. I might need a pair of scissors because I'm probably going to cut one of the bigger stencils down into sections. I know, tragic. I can't reuse it then, but we'll see. Working on it. How's everyone's Friday going so far? How's your Friday, babe?
Really good now.
Really good now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else having a decent Friday so far?
I hope so.
I'm just taking a break to have a sip of water before I get into this. Let's break out the stencils. Now, the Dragon Scale Stencils has multiple sizes on it. So there's like a large, a medium, and a small. I think I'm going to go for the medium and the smallest ones. Probably where I'm gonna be at with this.
Bob says good, still alive.
Still alive. Still. That's how I feel some mornings when I wake up. I'm like, whoa, still alive. Get to work.
Bob said he cracked open a beer. Well, it is officially Friday.
Yes. And somewhere.
And he's feeling like a kid again.
I never stopped.
I think that's why we do what we do.
Yeah. There are some things I need to be a little bit more adult about. But overall, I don't think I ever stopped being a kid. I'm just cleaning the stencil off camera, getting it ready. Let's get this. So, a little trick with the stencils, if when you peel it off the back or it doesn't peel off all the way clean, put it on the back of the sheet and then peel it. It gets all the little fiddly parts out. Just a little trick. I should have pre-peeled these stencils before the video. I didn't really think about that. It doesn't take long to get most of the stencils prepped. A couple minutes at most. Once they're prepped, you don't really need to do much anything else with them other than paint. Just 50 bits didn't want to come off really. It's stuck on backwards. Alright, this is going to be the main green color. I mean the main size scale pattern. I'm going to actually sacrilegiously cut this in half. There we go.
It's sacrilegious because then they can't be used again.
Well, they can, just in pieces. They still got plenty of use, just in pieces. but I'm trying to get a really tight adherence here for the pattern. So what I'm doing is I'm using actually lines of the model as kind of like a marker. For instance, I'm trying to run all the scales of this panel line so they're somewhat symmetrical, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other side too, so I can try to get as even of a pattern as I can. Doesn't have to be complete, just saying, trying to get it a little bit even. It is my son's 10th birthday this weekend. I'm very excited to have his birthday party.
It will be the first time that Ron has actually been able to have him on his birthday, and we haven't had to do like a separate party like the day before or after, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is pretty cool. Also, my son has a habit of picking themes for his birthday party that's really obscure and kind of hard to do. So this year, he wanted a Hellboy themed birthday party, which I thought, oh yeah, sure, that's easy enough. They gotta have like Hellboy plates or napkins or stuff like that. No, there's not a single damn Hellboy themed thing out there. Like, I mean, I didn't think it was like, the movies were relatively popular. I didn't think it was like that obscure, but I guess it was. And they didn't make any Hellboy themed party supply stuff. So I'm getting a cake from the store and making my own BRPD logo for it. And I made like little badges for the kids as like party favors, so they look like BRPD agents. And I just kind of had to do some creative things like that because they don't make any Hellboy themed party stuff. So we ended up just getting demon themed everything. So all the like little banners and tablecloths and everything, it's all black and red or it's fire. Now, they don't necessarily make a lot of demon themed party stuff either. So that was, most kids don't go, I want a demon themed birthday party. Except for my son. So that's where we're at. I'm just kind of dying to see what Autumn's plan is going to be in November.
I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be something Skeletor. I don't know why.
Something He-Man related, like Skeletor
or She-Ra.
Or
She's
She-Ra.
been super obsessed with those
I mean,
two.
at least they make party stuff for that.
Yeah.
Thank God. They probably got to have like party plates for like the new He-Man cartoon and stuff, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. Bob says that's great.
And here, these are the BRPD pins that I made for the kids and for the adults. I 3D printed them, painted them up the other night, and they've got magnetic backers on them, like servers name tags. And that way the kids can wear these pins and pretend that they're like, paranormal investigating agents and whatnot.
Bob says should always get a Hellboy comic or two and use them as wrapping paper. Now that is sacrilege.
That's sacrilege, man. That's
oof, and expensive too.
Yeah, Hellboy comics aren't cheap.
Can't use comic books as wrapping paper.
You gotta read them. They don't even sell them in like the individual issues anymore. They're just like the big like $25 graphic novels. They're like this.
Because he wanted some for his birthday.
Well, this is one of the ones I had before. Yeah, this is like $18. Can't use this as wrapping paper. It won't even wrap shit. What would this wrap? Like a CD? If people still wanted those? I did get black wrapping paper though, just plain black wrapping paper, because I wanted everything to have that kind of like
Demonic feel.
Yeah, or paranormal or whatever.
Bob says, "Oh, I thought your LCBS would have a few in the discount section." LCBS?
Local comic book store.
Ah.
No, Hellboy's not discounted, man. Hellboy's really popular. There's actually a new series that just came out based off of some of Mike Mignolia's novels, so it's pretty popular still. There's the BRPD series that's been out for a while, which I haven't read any of those ones yet, and that's about like the organization after Hellboy like dies at one point in the comic book before he gets resurrected, because that happens all the time in comics. And there's a series that I'm reading called Hellboy in Hell, which is he's dead and his spirit's in hell, and he's dealing with a lot of the people that he sent there. Kind of like if a cop goes to jail. All right, I think I got the meme. Let's get that party started right there. All right, so this is going to be the lightest color, so I'm going to save that for last. I've got Scorpion Green. I'm going to mix up this darker livery green from Game Color with a dash of Scorpion Green to make it kind of brighter than this green, but not as bright as this, so that there's like a color variation there. And I'm going to use more condiment cups, because people love when I use condiment cups. These ones I stole from my niece. I stole a whole stack of them from my niece.
You thief, you.
I am a condiment cup thief. I'm serious though, they're the best. And the ones from Wendy's are really, really tiny, which makes them very, very good for
small bits of paint.
Yeah, when I'm not mixing up like a giant batch of color. Condiment cup thief. I wonder what they would even do if they caught me doing that. Would they be like, why are you doing this, sir? That's really nice.
Austin then goes, "What's good, Ron?"
What's up, Austin? It's been a little while. How you doing? I might carry over some of this green into the armor of the dude later. We will see. Right now, I just kind of want to get these scale patterns done. I got a new airbrush compressor recently, and it's baller. I'm just saying, it works really well. And Jules has also pointed out the fact that I use the term baller a lot.
I never realized it till I met you that that's a thing, and I guess it originates from Philly.
Yeah, apparently it's a Philly thing, and I didn't realize that either. The same way that, like, I call Italian ice water ice. It's apparently only people in Philly call it water ice. In South Jersey, I didn't realize that.
Austin says he's been having a lot of fun with his Elegumars.
El Blue Mars, yeah. Yeah, man. It's a good resin printer. Alright. So I'm going to do a couple layers on this because I don't want to oversaturate it. So this is going to go through. We're going to be doing this a few times, so just bear with me. Now, I'm not spraying it to the top of the stencil pattern. I'm trying to get a little bit of a fade on the scales up there. The bottom I'm going to have to fade differently. I'll show you that once I peel these ones. So let's just work through a couple layers. The paint is not too watery. It's actually kind of on the thicker side, which sometimes I tend to prefer when I'm airbrushing stencils. Because I feel like it doesn't bleed under the stencil material as much when I do that. Let all that sit for just like literally a minute, and then I'll hit it one more time to make sure that there's a nice even coat of this particular shade of green. Take a beverage break. You know, while this is sitting, I can show you one of the things that I've been working on. Since Oscar wants a Hellboy related birthday party, this is a diorama I've been painting. With Hellboy slaying like a troll of some sort. The Hellboy figure is not finished yet, but I'm pretty happy with where this is coming along. It's actually interesting because this figure, did I tell you about this one, how weird this is? It's like Ron Perlman's Hellboy from like the waist up, but then from the waist down it's like comic book Hellboy.
Yeah.
Because he's got shorts on, and he's got the cloven toe, and all that, and even the hand is the way that it was in the comic book. Whereas, like, up here is all, like, Ron Perlman from the movie. It's like a weird, like, hybrid figure. But I love this base, though. It's got, like, these tentacles, and this rock, and this, like, slaying troll, and I put some, like, war paint on the troll.
He's gonna love it.
Put some blood on the neck.
Bob says it looks epic.
Oh, it's going to be epic. And I'm doing an epic Skeletor one for Autumn's birthday, so that's going to be dope. It was funny, though. I was talking to my friend Rich while I was painting this, because I've been watching a lot of Forensics Files episodes lately, and, like, they constantly talk about blood splatter in, like, crime scenes. You know, and there's, like, all these different kinds. Like, there's, like, medium velocity splatter, low impact splatter, high impact splatter. You know, there's, like, 15 different terms for, like, blood splatter. And I'm, like, putting the blood on this troll's neck. I'm like, is this a good impact splatter? Like, I'm, like, using the technical terms while I'm trying to paint it. I'm like, does this look like a high velocity or a low velocity blood splatter?
We use this proprietary resin. The printers that we have are laser printers that we use in-house. Austin was asking. And so they use this like proprietary resin that we get. And me, I'm kind of like, I'm not a fan of like anything proprietary in tech. So, but Ron swears by it.
I do swear by it.
Yeah.
I like Formlabs. proprietary resins a lot more than the results I've seen from other ones. Not saying I haven't seen good results from other 3D printers, but the other thing too with the Formlabs resin is they got different, like, many different kinds. So when I sell like a 3D printed kit, like say for ModelWorks, most of it'll be like a detail gray resin, which handles a high resolution, and like the clear parts will be clear resin, and then areas that are supposed to support weight, like the pylons for the nacelles on Star Trek ships, I'll print in like a high impact durable resin, which can hold like 150 pounds per square centimeter or something like that. It's like ridiculous high impact resin that doesn't snap and doesn't break and stuff. And also a big thing for me is, and as it should be for all men, is shrinkage. And
you're gonna say that.
And Formlabs resin has very low shrinkage and distortion rates. And I just, appreciate that, basically. And I don't know. I really freaking like it.
Austin says, any low vapor, less toxic stuff?
It's all very low vapor. It's all toxic.
And damn shrinkage, get in the hot tub.
It's all pretty low vapor except for the high impact stuff. That stuff's pretty stinky. But the rest of it's pretty low vape. And I don't know. I really like the results. I really like the detail. I think the detail is really crisp. And that's just me. Also, I have a lot of form printers, so I tend to kind of keep within the same family, so I can interchange materials and stuff like that. I've seen results from some other printers like Saturn's and stuff like that, like physical in-hand results, and I've compared them to mine. They're good. I think Formlab does better. That's where I stand. I'm not going to knock anyone that has a resin printer because I think they're all pretty awesome. I just like the results from mine.
Nice. Yeah, we definitely love to see that. Austin says he'll share some photos of the grimdark terrain that he printed.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so the bottom here, because I'm doing kind of like a fade, I'm going to just blend this in right here in the bottom front.
I hear you, Austin. That is some of my argument there. He goes, dude, Formlabs is expensive. I got the printer and cleaning station for like $400, but that makes more sense for me since I'm not doing it as a business. Yeah, there's a lot of really great printers for if you're just doing stuff for personal use. High volume stuff, it can get ridiculous. There's this one printer that I am absolutely in love with by B9 Creations that literally costs more than a car.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it for when we get to be like better at sculpting and things like that for like miniatures, but it is like wicked hella
Isn't it like
expensive.
$15,000 or something?
A little bit more than that. Yeah.
That's pretty expensive.
And we've learned our lessons with expensive printers too. So
I'm still paying for that.
the Mudo.
I'm going to be paying for that printer for like another year and a half.
We're not going to talk about the Mudo.
No.
Austin goes, yeah, no. We actually, just to keep up with production, we probably should expand and get like one or two more. But it's a matter of where are we going to put it. You can at least fit one more because we're going to get rid of one of the Form 2s that just kicked the bucket. So,
That thing lasted a while.
yeah.
I still need to give this another blast to try to get it even and hide the stencil marks there.
Austin says his biggest issue with the Mars 2P is print surface. He kind of wish he got the Saturn.
Oh, you mean like the size of the print surface? Like the work area? Some printers are just small like that.
He said maybe I'll kickstart the Jupiter. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's how Fallout Hobbies came to be, as Kickstarter.
No, it's saying there's a new printer.
Oh, Jupiter?
Yeah. It's saying support the Kickstarter and then you get discounted
Oh.
rates.
Oh, I thought he meant to like start up some shenanigans with using it when it comes out. He says, yeah, the bed's quite small on the Mars 2P.
What are they going to do when they run out of planets?
Start making up planet names. That's the one thing that's really, really
Start
funny.
using exoplanets, maybe?
I love how like Formlabs has like really bizarre printer names.
It is funny.
Like all of our forms have their own name and they're all really ridiculous.
Yeah, we got Genuine Piglet, Aquatic Noonbat,
We didn't pick them.
Canny Squid. We did not pick them. Alright, this is getting clean. This needs to dry for a little bit before I put the next round of stencil on. So, letting that do that. Then I'm going to clean some stencil and work on the next color layer. I feel like with the Elgoo printers, they kind of did the same thing that like Apple did with like the naming conventions. Like Apple's for a long time was all like big cats,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like odd places in the world.
See, I would be such like a smart ass if I like, you know, came up with something that required like, you know, different names for different things. I'd be like, and this one is called Guy on the Couch.
No, that was your cousin's house.
Yeah. Coworker gave me his Persa 2, but I've yet to print anything on it, Austin says.
I've heard good things about Crucius. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, wasn't that what those Australians were using?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I am, in case you're wondering, I'm just prepping the next stencil while the paint dries. So, yes, you are literally watching paint dry. I am sorry. Oops. For some reason, it kind of reminds me like in Harry Potter. Like, Crucia. It's Friday. Lost my mind. The end of the week. Do you want to go swimming later today?
Maybe.
At the gym?
I'm more about swimming while we can. I have a feeling I was watching the news yesterday. Within like 10 hours of each other, Garth Brooks, Republican, Nine Inch Nails, Democrat, both of them like canceled their tours and whatnot. So, yeah, with the Delta variant.
There's a lot of Republicans that support
You would think they would like it. I got friends in low places. You know?
Yeah, but he's like very liberal in a lot of his views, and he like deliberately canceled on Trump. Like Trump asked him to play his inaugural ceremony, and he was like, "Nah,
Ooh, can you send them to me too? I want to see.
send what?"
Austin sent you pictures. I want pictures. Print quality.
I can't check my messages right now because my phone's hooked up to Facebook.
But yeah, after.
But I'll check them after. Alright, Al, is this dry enough to work on?
Confirmed, dude.
A few more minutes. There's still a wet spot right there. Let's get this shot down in the middle. And these smaller ones will go on the front.
Oh, nice. This isn't the Prusa, though, right? Here, this is what he... This one?
Yeah, the quality looks great.
Yeah, he says Mars. You know, maybe, you know, Christmas is coming up, or for my birthday, maybe we should just buy a Prusa just for, like, you know, personal project use.
They forget my prayers and stuff.
No, I know. I was looking at the Prusa like a while ago. We talked about it, remember?
Is it filament or acrylic? I can't remember.
Exactly.
But why would we do that when we can just get another form printer for personal use?
Because I would like to see the quality on it. Like in person. Austin says the new Mars has a 4K mono LCD, so the detail will be even better.
I'm gonna get all elitist and say I don't think it can compete with the UV laser.
Right.
You keep pushing me for this, and I keep telling you that it's like it's going to require a different software setup, different material setup, different everything. When we could just keep going on with the form printers that are improving with every version as well, and use all the same materials and software and everything.
But remember when I changed the software for the rip print system for the Oki and it like increased the decal quality like tenfold?
Yeah, it's not going to happen with this.
Well, no, I'm not talking about quality. I'm just thinking more like production time.
It's not going to increase production time. The production time's still roughly the same. We'll talk about it later. Please.
Love you.
I'm very adamant about the printers that I use. I was thinking about getting the extra large Saturn one though, because for printing larger pieces. And that would be more for personal use if I did get that.
Anyways, need to get back to work. Take care, guys, Austin says. Peace. Have a fabulous weekend. And I definitely want to see more of those prints. Those are really awesome. I wish there was a way, like, you used to be able to, on Facebook Lives, like, share pictures and comments.
You can't do that anymore?
No, I don't know why.
It's weird.
You can do that with, like, comments anywhere else, just not on live streams.
I wonder why they. That seems like such a silly thing to change. Alright, this looks like it's all dry enough to apply. Again, I'm going to follow the same panel line. I'm trying to create like a little bit of an overlap here. Now I got that damn song stuck in my head. Thank you very much.
What?
The I got friends in both places where the whiskey runs like an always. That damn song. From all the years that I worked in bars and shit, you know how often that song would come on? Now I'm ruined for the rest of the day. I don't even like that song. But it's there. It's not going anywhere.
Marie Louise Rand says, "What is that high-pitched beeping sound like a smoke detector with a slow battery?" I have no idea.
What? There's no. That's on you. There's no beeping
It
sound.
might be us. I don't know.
Unless
I
it's
heard it
like,
too. It goes bloop, bloop. I can't figure it out though. I know what she's talking about.
I am not hearing that.
I hear it. I hear it.
Don't know. Do you? All right. I should think the next color. Let's get this light lively green, which is pretty bright. It's a pretty bright green color. Gonna let that sit for a minute and then hit it with another coat. I wonder if there's like feedback. Is there any feedback picking up?
I don't know. It might be the air compressor. Might be what she's hearing. I don't know.
Is it that noise?
I don't know.
Because that's the air compressor. Because this is such a light color, I'm doing a couple passes with it.
I think we should do the pool.
I think we should too. I think swimming sounds like a wonderful idea. We've been swimming a lot lately because of the fact that we both grew up on the water, honestly, and that we need water to survive, like literally swimming in water to feel better. So, we've been doing a lot of swimming. And I think it's been helping my mental state. I can't speak to yours, but it's been helping mine out. Alright, this has been hit a couple times with the color. I don't want to go any brighter than this because then it's going to start looking like just too yellow. But what I am going to do is let this dry for a minute, peel the stencils, and then I'm going to start using some washes to add some shades and a little bit more depth to this. But we got to let that green dry first for a few minutes. Perfect opportunity to clean out my airbrush. I got this handy dandy spray thing here. I don't know if any of you people have this, but it's great. You just kind of stick your airbrush in there so you don't end up spraying your wall all different colors while you're trying to clean your airbrush out. I find it pretty neat. I got friends in low places. Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Get out of my head.
Sorry.
I mean, I like it fine enough if I'm at the bar and like half a bottle deep into like some whiskey, but generally speaking, no, I don't. I don't like that song. Now, that, I like. I like the way that this turned out. That looks pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna kind of lighten up some areas back here a little bit, and I'm also going to add some shadows. So it's going to be a little bit of a blending kind of exercise here. I'm just going to take some thin scorpion green. Not going heavy on this. I just want to try to blend. There we go. Just going to want to try to blend that so the contrast isn't so high up there. It's a little bit more blended. The contrast was just really heavy for me there, and I didn't want it to be that heavy. Now, let that dry a bit, and we're going to start hitting it with some washes that'll start bringing out some of the shadows. Let's take a couple minutes to appreciate the weirdness of projects I have on my table. I have an alien fridge magnet that I'm working on. I have a siren head that I'm finishing up for a different Hellboy statue over here. I have a Michelangelo that I haven't painted yet. It's quite the plethora of weird figures going on here. Here's one. Casey Jones. I haven't painted Casey Jones yet. I'm very excited to paint this guy up. Okay, this is looking better. So basically what I'm going to do is I have this contrast color Warpstone Lightning, and I just want to use a little bit of it to kind of shade around. This is going to eventually be painted more of like a gunmetal color, so I kind of want to shade the green around there. And I want to shade the green in this recess area here, and a little bit towards the bottom of the armor. Same with the armor pads here. I kind of want to just use some of that just in the recess there. And this might need a minute to dry before I can get that. But then, yeah, so I'm going to use this Warpstone Lightning to kind of shade all those armor panels. That's probably where it's going to stay, actually. After that's done, just let it get a good dry, and then maybe do some very light weathering on it and a clear coat. But I kind of want to keep the armor more crisp looking on the top of this guy. So I'm not going to get too crazy with like the weathering. I'll add some chips and scratches and a couple like dents and stuff, but I don't want to like go nuts with it. I kind of want to retain the freshness of the paint job. What time do we have?
It's 4:03. Wow.
That's 4:03. Okay. Well, let's spend the next 5 minutes just finishing this up. And then I think we're going to sign off and maybe go swimming or something like that. I really like painting with contrast colors because they're not, it's like they're not, I know they're not opaque, they're not meant to be, but I do feel like they add like some nice shading onto things. So if I'm trying to just do like a subtle shade, see? I'm not trying to like change the color dramatically. I'm just trying to do a subtle shade. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. Shade it back a little bit. I should rip this piece so it doesn't look like
Oh, there's hope for Ridley yet. That's so exciting.
There we go. Well, that really adds an extra pop to everything. At least I think it does. Right. I don't want to get too nuts with this because it's easy to overdo this. I've already got a little bit of dripping up there that I'm able to kind of dissipate. Out. There we go. that. But yeah, so that's the armor right there. That's some nice reptilian looking armor. It needs a good clear coat. It needs a good dry is what it needs, because there's a lot of layers of paint on it. But then it needs a good clear coat to kind of seal everything in, and then I can do decals, weathering, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope everyone has a safe weekend. Don't do anything too risky. Delta is getting crazy, so
Mask up, people, even if you're vaccinated.
mask up. It's not a pandemic or any of the other bullshit that you hear in conspiracy theories. If you think it is, then I don't know what to tell you, but it probably won't be nice. So that's all I'll say. So anyway, be safe. Paint some models. Don't get sick.
Work on your backlog.
Work on your backlog. Work on your stash.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.